Hello, I'm Super Orange Cat here today with a Toonami news not Toonami news update, but covering the ratings for this past Saturday, September 3rd, 2022. A couple little announcements first. First one, I now have a new channel, where I cover one of my hobbies, which is sports betting. It is called Super Orange Cat Sports, all one word, and the icon is me wearing this cute little red shirt that said Spurts on it because I do not know how to spell. Now, again, if that's something you're interested in, follow, like, subscribe, and the whatnot. And another little announcement is this video came a little later than normal, and that is because the fact that this was Labor Day week, and the ratings typically get delayed the weeks of holidays, and it got delayed like a full day or two from what it normally gets released, so that is why this video is coming on Thursday instead of Tuesday or Wednesday. Without further ado, let's start from the top of the block. At the top of the block, we have Primal at a .09. Then we have Yashahime at a .06. Lupin the Third at a .06. One Piece at a .06, followed by another episode at a .06. Naruto Shippuden at a .04. Blade Runner at a .03. And Made in Abyss at a .03. Overall, there's not that many changes week to week, and what changes that did happen were a little lower. Like, for example, Primal, off that .1 line to .09. And again, Lupin the Third just loves being at .06. Yashahime kind of dragged down the rest of the block by having the largest decrease, that being of 200s. Actually, outside of Primal and Yashahime, every single show had the same rating. And it's amazing. You see these like .06s in a row. It's like, 6666666, if Man is 5, the Devil is 6, God is 7, and Super Orange Cat is 8, But anyhow, it's just really interesting to see that. And really, again, it's hard to see if we'll ever get a show to do better in the numbers that Primal's doing. So I can't hit Primal hard because, again, next show we're getting 2-3 weeks from now will be Housing Complex C. Without a doubt, that will be the leadoff show in the block. Not officially announced yet, and when that is officially announced, I will report that to you. But I fully expect that to be airing at midnight. Yeah, I don't know how that show's going to do in ratings. And honestly, I don't know if any show can be doing better than Primal is right now. Primal seems to have a hot hand. There's a lot of hype for this current season. Doesn't help that not only is it not the debut of this episode, the episodes are not debuting on Toonami, they're debuting only 2 nights beforehand. So it's kind of like the issue we had with the sub and dub of Attack on Titan when they had new episodes recently. We had poor ratings of Attack on Titan here, and it's because, like, the week before or so, or a couple weeks before, you had the sub online, and since Attack on Titan is one of the few anime that's a truly water cooler show where you kind of have to know, if you're following it, you kind of have to know what happens immediately. You're going to probably watch the sub, and if you watch the sub, you might not be interested in watching the dub again a couple weeks later. Because again, it's the same show, it's the same plot, you know, and that hurt the ratings. And it's kind of this to a different degree, maybe with Primal. But again, I don't think having the debuts aired that Thursday beforehand is helping the ratings on Saturday night. And then after that, again, we kind of have a peanut gallery of shows. Yashahime really hasn't done well in its spot. Lupin the Third is only third in the lineup, kind of out of necessity. Although I really think that could be moved behind One Piece and Naruto, because those are TV dub debuts. And really, Blade Runner and Made in Abyss are really just there to fill up a lineup. And probably, at least in terms of Made in Abyss, there to make the license more worth it. And maybe as a back-end teaser to see, well, if we maintain somehow get good ratings for a second air of the first season of Made in Abyss, maybe we can justify pitching in, money for the movie or money for season 2 on the block. But again, I've said numerous times, I don't think we're getting that here. Honestly, at this point, I think it's 50-50 whether we get season 6 of My Hero Academia on the block. And it's really going to come down to, can Toonami get Warner Brothers Discovery, who is in cost-cutting mode right now, to pitch in money for a show that probably will only see a modest increase in ratings for the block? That's going to be the question, and I'm not so sure Toonami would have the best argument on it, especially if My Hero Academia, something like Netflix or Hulu or whatever smells blood in the water and just throws a big sum to get it, which is exactly what happened with Stone Ocean. Stone Ocean is on Netflix purely because Netflix threw a lot of money to get it, and that is something Toonami simply does not have. Toonami doesn't have these large sums of money, and they're not really in a position to ask for large sums of money from Warner Brothers Discovery at this point, especially if you know all the controversy around what Warner Brothers Discovery has been doing the past couple of months or so. Basically, in a nutshell, they've basically have gone full tax write-off mode, which means it's cutting a lot of shows, removing a lot of shows from streaming, basically trying to write them off for tax losses so they don't have to pay as much in taxes because they don't have as much cash on hand right now. So it's kind of like if you are running out of wood for a fire in the cold of winter, deciding just to rip up your walls just to burn the wood. Problem is, your house is not as stable because you're tearing down your own walls, to keep yourself warm. Kind of like the financial equivalent of that. But again, ultimately, not the best of weeks for Toonami. And again, it always comes from what you start the block with. And the kind of scary thing is, again, I don't know if Toonami can do better than Primal to start off the block. Because it definitely, like I said, it has its hype. People are definitely following it. It's probably going to win an Emmy or two. And the season will probably will. Especially, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but it is a very well-received season. I haven't heard a single negative thing about Primal season 2. But again, I'm kind of just going in circles at this point. Again, to sum things up, somewhat subpar week for Toonami. I have a new channel, Super Orange Cat Sports, where I cover sports, sports betting, predictions, stuff like that. And I am Super Orange Cat, and that is all.